Yeah, I did change, and I'm really glad I changed.
This one's wife. Utter bollocks. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It's utter bollocks. It is. What am I talking about? Well, you would know if you watched my video, The Brilliance of Meghan Markle, which was uploaded yesterday. If you didn't watch that, then you should consider yourself very naughty indeed, that you have invited the disapproval of the ultra. You can either go and sit on the naughty step for an hour and consider your actions, or make immediate reparation by going and watching the video, The Brilliance of Meghan Markle. It's down to you. Just know the ultra is very disappointed in you. Yes. Anyway, for those of you that did watch it, gold star for you. Come and sit at the front of the class and gaze into the mesmerizing eyes of your glorious narrator. The fact is that this one's wife posted a vacuous video, as is her wont, driven by her narcissism and, as always, in the pursuit of the prime aims. The content that was shown was particularly pointless on this occasion, hence it resulted in my sarcastic observation about her brilliance. But do you know what? It was not enough. No, it was not enough for her to post that on Instagram and receive some of the likes or hearts or whatever it is that you do over there by way of response, little dollops of fuel from those tertiary sources. She needed more, as she does each and every day, driven by that engine that she does not know about, seeking the validation of the provision of fuel each and every day. It drives her to take action, to create drama, to generate problems for the purposes of getting her to go after that fuel. Each and every day, an attempt must be made to start to fill that chasm. Otherwise, the presence of the creature is felt. And thus, this has necessitated this one's wife turning once again to the supine publications to amplify her vacuous content. And it provides your glorious narrator with an attempt to try and avoid eye-roll injury, as Marie Claire is the publication that falls to have to engage with the brown-nosing, as it tells us by an article by Amy Mackledon, who must really be questioning her life choices at this juncture. Since rejoining Instagram on New Year's Day 2025, and look how that's all turned out, this one's wife has shared a plethora of personal moments with her fans. Pausing there, you all know why she's done it. Sense of entitlement to share, lack of boundary recognition, absence of accountability for the impact that it might have upon other people, for instance her children, the pursuit of the prime aims through the assertion of control, the drawing of fuel and management of her facade. In fact, I should imagine that your brain is automatically telling you those things as a consequence of your glorious narrator having drilled them into you. The article continues by explaining from rare snaps of her two kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, to glimpses of her lifestyle brand as ever, Duchess This One's Wife has utilised the platform to connect with her followers in unexpected ways. Well, not really. There's no engagement. She doesn't reply to anything because nobody can comment. Unsurprisingly, the Duchess of Sussex's husband, Prince Harry, is regularly referenced too, including in This One's Wife's most recent Instagram story. This One's Wife shared an Instagram story featuring a short video clip filmed in her idyllic Monty Shit Show backyard. The clip showed dissipating clouds framed by an arch of leaves, with a luscious green garden sprawling in the distance. Notably, two tall palm trees buoyed above the other tree tops. Duchess This One's Wife previously referenced the beautiful palm trees in her backyard in her 2022 interview with The Cut. You'll remember that one where Alison P. Davies took the piss out of her and she couldn't distinguish between guttural and visceral. One of the first things my husband saw when we walked around the house was those 2 palm trees, the Duchess of Sussex explained, triangulating the audience with the objects. See how they're connected at the bottom? He goes, "Oh, my love, it's us." The As Ever founder also revealed that their son Archie had taken to greeting the palm trees as Mama and Papa. Oh dear. Meanwhile, The Cut described the plants as 2 massive Dr. Seussian palm trees dead centre on a lawn so verdant it's better not to consider the water bill. During the interview, the Duchess of Sussex also revealed just how eager she was to live in the Montecchio home. "We did everything we could to get this house," she told the outlet, "because you walk in and go, joy, and exhale, and calm. It's healing. You feel free." With such a romantic attachment to the property, it would presumably be very difficult to ever leave. Well, there we are. That's the totality. Utter bollocks, isn't it? Banality heaped upon banality. This One's Wife puts up a shitty video showing the sky and some leaves and some grass, and it is, as I thought it was, about showing the 2 palm trees, which has been picked up on as a consequence of a PR puff piece that has been sent the way of Marie Claire, which then has to pump out the dross that you've just had to listen to. The only saving grace is that you hear it in my stentorian tones. It brings up the past in relation to the Cut interview, it brings up the past in relation to the story of the 2 palm trees, and it triangulates the audience with those 2 palm trees. It's ridiculous. It makes her look stupid, but she doesn't see it that way. Her narcissism dictates the world must continue to talk about me and can talk about the love that I have for my husband and my children. That we can talk about the palm trees because isn't that lovely? Isn't that heartwarming? Isn't that special? But what it does, other than if you don't have an operating brain, is reinforce she really has nothing to tell us about. And she can't stay quiet. Everybody on this planet uses the bathroom. Everybody on this planet eats and drinks. Everybody on this planet goes to sleep at some point. There are many shared behaviours, and they're pretty mundane, and you don't need to keep talking about them. But for This One's Wife, not to do so would mean there'd be nothing for people to talk about in relation to her, which then means she in effect ceases to exist, and that is, of course, the death knell for the narcissist. Rather than recognising the trivialities of her backyard, large as it is, or of little interest other than, of course, taking the piss out of her and demonstrating her narcissism, and that she ought to stay quiet in relation to it, she has to post about it. It proves nothing other than her narcissism. It's vacuous, empty, and boring, just like she is. But she can't recognise that, because the narcissism keeps telling her, anything you do is special and interesting and fun and fab and fascinating. The world wants to know it. And all she does, hampered by this delusion, is continue to reinforce how boring and vacuous and empty she is. Once again, the collateral consequences of her narcissism, and yet she can never, ever see the utter bollocks that she engages in. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.